Andy here from Create Your Future. Guys, I've got an exciting video on how to ignore the 3D. It's a subscriber question. I've seen it asked a lot on my videos, so today I am going to answer it. And guys, if you're new here, my name is Amanda. I'm a neuro-linguistic programming practitioner, hypnotherapist, EFT, emotional freedom technique tapping practitioner, as well as a certified life coach. So yeah, we're going to dive into it, guys. I get these questions actually from the bottom of my video. Comment on my video and the social media team sends it over as a video idea. So yeah, so that's how we got the subscriber question. So if you would like to ask me a question, please comment down below. Also, I answer all of your questions for free during my YouTube lives, and I also do TikTok lives. So to be notified, make sure that you subscribe to us on TikTok, or you're subscribed and you hit like all notifications on YouTube. That way you'll be notified when I do go live, because it is quite sporadic. I don't have a schedule, but I do post videos every single Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, my weekly video. Okay. Yeah. Guys, I'm not sure if this is for you, but I do have a course, How to Create the Relationship You Love. It's going to be able to help you to turn around any situation that you have, get rid of a third party, anything like that, okay? So it is totally geared towards changing a relationship, like recreating somebody, as well as I do have affirmation tracks, how to get rid of the third party, how to, manifest affirmations to manifest your ex back. Everything's on sale right now, so definitely check it out. The course and the affirmation tracks go really well together. As well as, guys, we have a Facebook group. It is Create Your Future with Amanda, Law of Attraction Hacks, and it's going to help you to basically manifest your quicker, because it's reading success stories. So when you're reading other people's success stories, you're really creating it for yourself as well, because you're taking in all that positivity. You're reading success, that they got their SP, that they've asked them out, and you're focusing on this. So your subconscious mind, because you're focusing on it, is going to manifest it for you as well, okay? Because what we focus on, where we put our energy, is what we create in our reality, right? Which we are going to talk about in this video. And yeah, again, guys, we do have a free course, How to Find Your Blocks to Manifest Anything Fast. It's going to help you to build your mental diet and things like, for instance, like I did not know questioning was a block. Okay. So not just questioning, like, why is the sky blue, or what's a mental diet? Like if you're manifesting Jerry, and you're questioning why he doesn't want to be in a relationship with you, or why he's not calling you back, that's a block. When you need to, if you want a relationship with him, you need to start saying, I intend Jerry wants to be with me. I intend, Jerry, is calling me back. He texts me all the time. So yeah, you can't question like what you're manifesting, because questioning is not creating, okay? It's coming from lack. It's coming from uncertainty. It's coming from rejection. When you manifest something, you need to be clear and straight to the point on it, okay? So yes, what to do when your 3D reality is like in your face, like how do you ignore it, okay? So I think, when we say in the industry, like ignore your 3D, I think that's a little bit misleading. It's not about ignoring your 3D, because what you resist will persist, okay? So everything in your 3D is basically your previous thoughts manifesting, okay? So whether you like it or not, you created it, okay? So it's not personal. Don't take any of it personally. And it's your thoughts that have manifested. So if you're having an unfavorable 3D right now, that's okay. You can't ignore it, so to speak, right? Because what happens is when your 3D circumstances show up, that's a manifestation of your previous thoughts. So what you want to do to really speed up your manifestation and to really change things around is acknowledge it, okay? So treat what shows up in your 3D just like a negative thought in your head, okay? So first of all, let's get clear on what we want, okay? So we want our SP Jerry, okay, to want to be in a relationship with us. Okay, great. So when you see in the 3D, Jerry says, I'm sorry, I'm not ready for a relationship, you say, okay, do I like that? Do I want to create that? If the answer is no, then you say, no, I intend Jerry is ready for a relationship. Okay. So you do that with your 3D. You take and you acknowledge what shows up and you say, do I like that? Now, if Jerry says, well, you know Jerry to be like a really loyal, person when he's in a relationship, and you love that. So you don't need to change that. Okay. So you're only changing what shows up in your reality, which you don't like, right? So let's say Jerry's always going out with his friends and not making you a priority. So then, you would basically, when you see that, we would acknowledge it. Okay, Jerry's not making me a priority. Do I like that? No. My goal is for me to be a priority for Jerry. So then you say, no, I intend Jerry makes me a priority over his friends. Okay. Now you repeat that affirmation. You repeat it every day. Okay. Until it starts to show up in your reality. Okay. I think all too much, we don't put enough energy into what we want. Okay. It's like, oh, we spend a whole weekend worrying. And then, it's Amanda, I'm tired. I can't do a mental diet. It's exhausting. If a mental diet's exhausting, you're doing it wrong. A mental diet shouldn't be exhausting. I never get tired of thinking about the vacations I'm going to go on or all the places I'm going to spend the money. Or like, for instance, my wedding, when I was planning that and dreaming it out, I didn't get tired of it, but I do get tired of my negative thoughts. I do get tired of worrying. I do get drained from anxiety, right? So, if you're feeling tired and you're finding it hard to stay on top of your thoughts, you need to start catching more of your thoughts and putting more positive energy to what you actually want to see. Every day you get to wake up and be the creator of your reality. You could be, do, and have anything you absolutely want. The only thing that you may need to do is to put more energy to it, okay? Put more energy to it. So important. When you put energy towards something with faith, it's going to happen really quickly. Okay. So I think that's the other thing, right? Is that, when you have faith, it's easier not to react to your 3D. Okay. So first of all, we've established we don't really ignore our 3D. We ignore it to the sense where we're not going to react to it. Okay. But even if you react to it, that's fine. If you react to your 3D, what you need to do is you need to take note of the thoughts that you're having that's making you react. And right there, those negative thoughts, you need to change them over to the positive and make sure you read that new list of intentions that you just created out of why, like the thoughts that made you react and get upset or jealous or whatever. And those are going to be your new intentions. And read them 3 times a day for 2 weeks. Really saturate yourself in that new story. Okay. So intentions, taking and writing out your complaints, crossing them out and writing the new intentions, and then reading that 3 times a day is a great way to kickstart yourself, right? Actually, I have it right here. I've got my own list of intentions that I wrote. And it's funny, as I do them, right? They're actually here somewhere. Oh, they're down here. So as I actually do these, right? What ends up happening is when I read them, even today, I read them and I was I start to see movement in my 3D. And I was oh, you know what? I was I'm coming up with new ones and I'm adding on to it, right? So, the juices start flowing instead of spiraling down into the most dungeony worst place. You're actually up spiraling to new thoughts, new intentions, and new exciting things that you want to manifest yourself. Okay. So your 3D is not your enemy. You need to acknowledge what's showing up in it and then you change it. And that's when you're going to manifest things faster. Okay. So you take a look and you're well, do I like that? But ignore it to the point where you're not giving it a lot of attention. The most attention you're giving it is, do I really like that? Do I really like that Jerry said that? Do I really like that? That's how Jerry, do I really like what is showing up? And you take it from there. Okay. So I think it's, when we make that shift, okay, and we start using what's showing up in our 3D to our advantage, we're going to start manifesting a whole lot quicker, okay? Because what's happening is when, you think about something, your subconscious mind is going to show it to you, okay? So for instance, have you ever bought a new car and you've never seen one of those cars ever, and all of a sudden you're buy the car and you see it everywhere? Absolutely. Because you're focused on it. So your subconscious mind is going to show you that. Okay. So you need to have more positive thoughts in your reality about what you want in line with your end goal than negative thoughts. Okay. You need to put in more energy to tip that balance, to tip that scale. Okay. So this is where coaching comes in. The coaching here, there's a lot of coaches having sales. They're going to help you find your blocks, give you some tools to really make that shift. And, even intentions, if you ask, and if you want a list of intentions, because the more time we spend focusing and thinking about what we want and planning that vacation and planning all the ways that we're going to spend this money, or thinking of all the great things we're going to do with Jerry when we're in a relationship. We're going to go to the movies. He's going to be over every night. We're going to cook together. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And you start up, what ends up happening is it puts more energy to it. Okay. And again, the more energy, when things show up, the faster they're going to manifest for you. Okay. There is no such thing as divine timing. There's nobody out there saying, oh, you need to wait 2 years to get this. You make it happen. You're God of your reality. You decide when you are going to have it. Okay. How do you decide when you're going to have it? Is you start deciding that that's the person that you are right now. So what do we mean when we say be the person of what you had right now? Okay. So let's say, for instance, okay, if I'm coming from the end, okay, of being in a relationship, right, and a loving relationship. Okay. So here's a good example. Let's say Jerry is late coming home from work. Okay. And if I'm living from the end of rejection and like third party world and like, not feeling like I'm good enough world, I might be freaking out because he's late, thinking, oh no, is he out with another teddy bear? Like, has he replaced me? Is he out with somebody else? Okay. So those thoughts are coming from the end of rejection and third party. Now, if I'm coming from the end of I'm in a loving relationship, I trust Jerry, he's loyal and I'm the only one for him, and he's late, I'm thinking, you know what? It's not a big deal. He's going to show up anytime now. He just got stuck in traffic, or he just left work late, but maybe he's getting me flowers, maybe he's picking me up some surprise dinner or fried chicken, right? So yeah, I mean, what end are you living from? Like, what thoughts are you having in the meaning? What meaning are you giving things that are showing up in your reality? So faith is another really big one, okay? You got to have faith. When you have faith, it's so easy not to react, okay? So like when I see something in my reality and it's like, you know what, years ago, I might have reacted. But now I think to myself, oh, Amanda, your thoughts create. Like, yeah, I had that thought the other day. Okay, bad me. Okay, this sucks. It showed up. Okay, so I'm going to change it, right? So, it's easier not to react when you have faith and a rock solid faith in yourself and faith in your thoughts creating, okay? So how do you build up that faith? I've done tons of videos on it, but the easiest way is to create a little list of manifestations and remind yourself every day of things that you've manifested, so you build your belief in yourself. Like, I've manifested so many crazy things. Like I like, I know this is true. Like, it's so funny. Like, Andrew will be watching TV and I'll think something and then he'll say it, or vice versa. He'll say something and I'm like, oh my goodness, I was just thinking that. And in those moments, it's so hard to deny, that everybody is overhearing your thoughts and everyone is you pushed out. And it's not supposed to be meant like a scary thing, like, oh no. But it's like, hey, we need to watch what we think and watch what we put our focus on. If we want things to change, we need to start thinking for the better. Like, this is the power of positive thinking, guys. Okay. Anyway, thank you guys for being here so much. I'm so happy, to be part of your journey. Actually, it's funny, just as I was recording this video, one of our clients emailed in with a success story. They got success less than an hour after their session today. So I was really happy to see that. If they let us share, it'll be in our Facebook group and the coach will do a video on it. But guys, I just love seeing movement like that. We've got so many great coaches on the team. And of course, we put out great videos too. So you can always, watch our videos and get everything from it. So, and remember, if you do ever do coaching, we send an anonymous survey. So let me know what your experience is. Okay. So I will hold as to the highest, degree of coaching. I mean, definitely, for sure. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. And Jerry says, thank you. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.